is nobody else like really not that excited with the world that ends with you, or just me? What's good, interweb? This is your man Q back again with some more of that geek news. It's a little controversy, but I mean, what is the world with just not a little bit of pepper, a little bit of sauce, a little bit of controversy? Yeah, look. Let me take y'all back into time. Did not like that RPGs like this one, or Golden Sun, or Pokemon, or Bravely Default, or Advance Wars were on a handheld system. I always felt in my heart, in my soul, that not only would these games have been bigger if it was on a major console like the GameCube or the Wii, which didn't get like RPGs until the end of its life cycle. We had to beg for it. Operation Rainfall. And they could have even did the double dipping like they did with the Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U and for the DS, which I had both of those respectively. And I know I'm in the minority here when it comes to that, but I'm giving y'all the reason and the whys why I didn't play a lot of these games, even though, yes, I did go and play Golden Sun. The first one, I didn't get a chance to tackle 1 and 2. I did play Advance Wars 1 and 2, but I didn't like really having to be forced to play it on a handheld system. I wanted to see my dude Isaac on the big screen in full graphic GameCube mode. Plus, to be real with you, I really wasn't trusting my dude Setsuya Naruma. He finally got the opportunity to do a Final Fantasy after Hinabaru Sakagachi left. And that first Final Fantasy was, y'all wait for it, Final Fantasy 13, which quite possibly might be the most linear Final Fantasy in existence. Not to mention, he was the lead producer of the Kingdom Hearts series, which again, the first Kingdom Hearts I was in love with. Like a fat kid loves cake. It had a right balance of Disney and Square Enix characters. But with part 2, which I thought was a little too easy compared to how the difficulty with part 1 was, and then with part 3, that I didn't really care about anymore. Really didn't care that much about 2 after a while. Mainly because even during the merger, I didn't see any Square or Enix characters except Cloud, Leon, and Aerith. You mean to tell me that with all of these characters that they had in the archives of Square Enix, and that they couldn't pull any Dragon Quest, any Xenogear, Star Ocean? Oh, we got the DLC now. It's not Kingdom Hearts no more. It's Disney Pixar Kingdom. I said it, and I meant it. So when TWEWY came around, I was like, I love the feel, I love the look of it, but I don't really want to play that on a handheld system right now. Or, you know, pick up another Tetsuo at the moment, because I was still a little salty. But this last trailer of part 2 kind of caught my attention a little bit, maybe, kind of depending on the price. I gotta play the first one or this one to see, just to double check. So if you are by chance like me, you don't know the story either. Or you might know the story and this might just be a recap. The art looks amazing. Never gonna doubt my man Naruma when it comes to his artwork. The stories and the producing, I don't know. The game centers around Neku and his allies who are forced to participate in a game that will determine not only their world, but their fate. The battle system uses many different types of features from the Nintendo DS, which, again, Nintendo, I love it when you're Nintendo, but sometimes I don't love it when you're Nintendo, and you make me have to play Skyward Sword with the nunchucks. Okay, that's a different video. That's gonna be a different video. Some of the functionalities with the DS allowed you to do enhanced combat, which took place on both screens, and even gave way for certain events when you were yelling into your microphone. The actual game takes place in a fictional world of Shibuya in a district in Tokyo. Well, we know Shibuya is basically like New York. If everything that happened in America, don't it always happen in New York? Like, seriously, like, is there any superheroes that's not in New York? Are there any modern day JRPGs that's not happening in Shibuya? No, I didn't think so. While everyday life goes on in the real world, the chosen dead are brought to an alternate plane of existence that's called the Underground. The Underground is also a venue for the Reapers in the game, which, you know, are going to be, I mean, they're Reapers. How you gonna be a good guy if your name is Reaper? By offering their most treasured possession to enter the game, the dead gain the chance to contest for the prize to be brought back to life, or to be transcended to a higher form of spiritual existence. But most of these who choose to transcend become Reapers, the opponents of the players in the future game. The game lasts about a week. Each game is a contest to judge the worth of humanity. Players set out to accomplish objectives under the rules created by the composer, who is like a godlike entity who maintains Shibuya. Failure to complete a mission that was assigned to the players will in turn make them turn into Reapers and thus erasing them from existence. However, even though this plot does pique my attention, I can't even lie to y'all. I might have to kind of go back and play that after doing this video. So, you know, I think I'm gonna have to go back and play it. Neo: The World Ends With You is not the sequel to the first game, which was stated by Tetsuya Naruma himself from a recent tweet. Yes and no. Neo: The World Ends With You isn't a sequel to The World That Ends With You video game, but one to the anime, which airs in April of 2021. Which does make sense since the anime also features smartphones and other technological advances that have occurred since the last game drop. Players will take on the role of Rendo as they explore the heart of Tokyo to uncover the mysteries behind the sinister game in which they have been forced to take part in. Neo: The World Ends With You will launch for both PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch during the summer of 2021. No specific date has yet to be confirmed. And hopefully by then, companies, the world will be at a better state, which will help speed up production. But if any new news on Neo drops, you know I got your back. In the meantime, I think, yeah, I probably should go find out where I can play this game. I got about what, 6 months or so? Keep adding games to my already huge backlog. What's wrong with me? But as always in the web, this has been your man Q, your friendly neighborhood geek. If you did like this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, you want to stay up to date with all things RPGs and all things geek, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I also stream on Twitch, links are in the description below. And as always in the web, remember to eat, geek, sleep, repeat. Oh. And if you're still feeling breezy, here's another video for you right here and right here. Air in